Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review, The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 5, Go-Getters! And I have to welcome back the guy that I roller skate with hand in hand, walking down the street, and yeah, Katie can come too. Joe Dirty Locks is back with us tonight, everybody. Joe Dirty Locks. But here we are tonight to talk about this Walking Dead episode. And of course, we're not alone. We have with us the motherfucking chat who's with us to talk about this episode of The Walking Dead. If this is your first time joining us, please jump in the motherfucking chat. Share your thoughts about this episode and the season of The Walking Dead in general. You can also email me at igotissuesman@gmail.com. You can call in at 315-948-8237. You can leave a voicemail or text 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 781-990-8509. Join the G Plus community, join the Friends of Phil, join the Discord group, join the motherfucking chat. Get in there, subscribe, have fun! And here we are into this episode of fucking The Walking Dead. And I have to say it right off the bat, the most important thing to talk about in this episode is, I think, we'll get into the good, we'll get into the bad of this episode, but I think stealing the show tonight is Stephen Ogg, or whatever, I think that's his name, playing Trevor. He's not playing Trevor. His character's name is Simon in this episode. Really stole the show for me tonight. Him and even his minor point in this episode, and Maggie. I really enjoyed Maggie tonight. And I enjoyed Gregory being a dick tonight. I thought that actor brought a lot to the role, into the moments of forgetting everyone's name. I thought there was a lot to like in this episode. It was a step in a good direction. I personally had a lot of fun with this episode. This was probably, all in all, one of my favorite episodes of the season, but I mean, I'm grabbing on straws here, guys. I'm grabbing on fucking straws. Okay, so what do you guys think about this? Sorry.
Okay, I was saying to Katie, I don't know if it's because, I haven't been excited about anything I've seen since, I guess, last season. At some point, it would be hard pressed for me to find the exact moment I was last super impressed with the show, but I gotta say that or this episode genuinely was that good. But so I don't know if it's got a 10 on because of the curve, or if it actually was a 10 at this point. But it was definitely my favorite episode this season. Not like, oh, well, it had its moments in different, and like, no. It was definitely hands down my favorite episode. Full episode this season.
Full episode. Okay, because that's where my thing is. I like the end of last week's episode a lot, when Rick had to explain to everyone and dealing with the fallout for the Negan situation. I really dug that part of the episode, but I agree, from beginning to end, this was probably the best. They had a good balance of all the stories bouncing from back and forth. Did I love all Enid's acting in the episode? No. Did I love everything that happened in this episode? No. But there was enough going on in it that I definitely enjoyed it, and there was enough to keep me interesting. Let's jump in the live motherfucking chat. Joe and Crow Nevermore. Hey Phil, sup Phil, didn't watch the episode but love your show. Thank you, SM. Nice blazer, stay classy. I missed you, Joe. Who the fuck is that? Where's the beard? Oh, we need a Kickstarter to get Phil another beard. I know. Don't worry. This is the last one before the winter. I know. It's the glare off the beard.
Dude, that shit grows so fucking quick on him. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys will see me.
Like, if his shirt was off, you would be like, dude, man, isn't it like, that's a nice sweater.
Can't you just
hand woven
onto your face?
No one wants to see that, Joe. But Joe, this episode, when they were rollerblading down the street, it just made me think of this, Joe. It made me think that every time I think about you being on the podcast, I think of this.
A love unspecified. Though I'm proud to call you Chocolate Bear, the crowd will always talk and stare.
Where are roller skates?
Yes, I know. I might get flagged for just playing that song, but I think about listening to that.
You roller skate, I skateboard, or bicycle.
Holding your hand, rolling down the street, singing this song, Joe.
To hide and explain our guy love. That's all it is. Guy love. He's mine, I'm his.
Okay, sorry. I'm always excited.
I think that song. What's the song they use for that video game commercial? This is the best day of my life, or something.
Beardless Phil is scarier than The Walking Dead's been in seasons. Holy shit! Oh gosh, it is fucking scary, guys. I don't doubt it. It makes me look like a creeper hiding in the bushes, getting ready to attack someone. But okay, so this episode,
he looks like he's 12 without it, though. Without the beard, though, dude, you look so fucking. You are such baby faced. Like, I hear it all the time, but I see it in you. Like
you're Jesus.
What's up, Jesus? Yeah.
Okay.
Blonde up that hair a little. Let's get you do some stuntman work for Jesus.
So
down
I
there.
think from beginning to end, this episode did have stuff we can pick apart, and we'll get into it. But I agree that all in all, I think there was enough really good stuff going on in this episode. I think the actor that plays Jesus is bringing a lot to the table. I think the actor that plays Gregory is bringing a lot to the table. Hilltop, out of all the areas we're going to, Hilltop seems to be the most interesting to me because I really like Maggie. I think fucking Lauren Cohen, she kicked ass in this episode. And just subtly, Sasha's kind of a bore to me. Carl and Enid can go fuck themselves. I have no interest in any of that. But we got a little bit of Rick and all of that. At least we touched in with Rick for a second to set them off, at least to see where we're going with them. I thought it all fit together pretty well, minus some little nitpicky shit that we'll definitely get into.
We saw Rick tonight?
Yeah, I don't
We saw
remember
Rick
seeing
for like few seconds. I'm babyface too, Phil. People think I'm 12 all the time. I got carded today. It was horrible. He looks like a serial killer in Child's Play before he becomes the Chucky doll. Please, anyone who's watching,
without the beard, Phil, I expect to see like a bunch of balloons behind you.
I don't want to derail the Walking Dead episode, but I do want anybody in the live chat that has any awesome insults about my shaved face, please share them in the comment section. I'll try to get to the most of them, or share them in the comment section later. I want to hear how creepy I look with a shaved face. So we'll get into that. Champion says, sorry, I'm not feeling Maggie at all. I don't like Maggie that much. She's kind of boring to me. They need to show all the locations more, just like what Game of Thrones does, says Marcus Caesar.
I'm with you, Claudio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they do too. I enjoy the show more. I don't mind The Walking Dead. I don't mind occasional episodes that The Walking Dead chooses to do this, but I think as a whole, I've disliked the episodes that do that or had problems with the placements of them more than not. I personally like one of the two Governor episodes that we got, Governor focused episodes that we got. The Morgan stuff, I like it. I don't think it should have been an hour and a half. Certain things I don't mind having focus episodes, but I enjoy The Walking Dead more when we have as many of our characters involved, even in minor roles at a point. I think that's one of the strengths that the show has with having such a wide array of a cast and so many interesting personalities. And I think still they have a lot of really interesting personalities. You forget about someone like Jesus tonight and seeing him do ninja moves and shit like that. Or someone like Gregory, who is a bigger dick than it just in his part-time than Negan could be completely. Or someone like Trevor, whatever his name is on the show, again, Simon.
I really think you're right. This show now, hopefully they follow through with their promise last season of our world is about to get a lot bigger, because with that, if they can start spending more times with some of these other groups or with us and let us get to know some of them without just throwing them at us so that we know that they're going to be fodder.
I'd like to get some Trevor backstory. I'm really curious.
Yeah, we're just going to call him Trevor for now on.
Yeah,
he's going to be GTA Trevor.
Right. We understand.
Is that his? I see. Yeah.
It is Grand Theft Auto Trevor. If for whatever it's worth, he's also on Westworld too. But
and Saul, Better Call Saul.
And Better Call Saul. He's in a lot of great shows right now. So Trevor, his character, we do know what his name of his character is in the show. His name is Simon on the show, but we will not.
Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor Simons is his name. No, his name is Simon.
Trevor.
We will not be.
Simon.
Yeah, we are calling him Trevor from now on. Let's jump in the live chat for a second. Corey says, "What the fuck is Weird Al doing sitting in Phil's chair? Is anyone in the prof department over in Issue Studios send Phil some fucking beards? Where the fuck's Tara?" Tara says, "I still want a Tara episode. I don't like her that much, but what the fuck happened? I don't like it. Our scenes for next week. We didn't get scenes for next week. We got scenes from future episodes of The Walking Dead."
Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
This season.
Tara
This
heavy.
season on.
It looked. They did it Tara heavy in the scenes from.
Whereas,
well, you know what? I'm not excited to really see anything about our characters right now. I want to explore more of the Hilltop and more of the
Tiger Place. The Tiger Place.
Tiger Town.
Tiger Town. Yeah. Was it the Kingdom? The Kingdom.
The Kingdom. And I wasn't saying because the guy in charge is African American. I was saying they all have those like handmade spears.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought when that came out of my mouth that it might not have sounded well.
They're very a spear-heavy community.
Correct. They make their own spears. And
yes.
That's what I was referring to.
Tyler says, "I hope I made that beard into a sweater in New Zealand. That would be top quality." He let me hold it, says Walter. Phil needs to start a post-grunge Christian band. Okay. Have a good night, Sam. Take care. sleep.
He did. He plays a song from it at the end of every show.
The Kingdom is so horrible to me. I have a negative interest in seeing it. So stupid. I know I missed last week, but did we get a new? Yeah, did we get a new host to this issues program? People want to know if they got a new.
I went away for a week, and I come back, and like I can barely look at my screen. It's like this bright orb, the moon, the super moon promised.
Reflecting. Okay, so let's just get into this. Let's get right into this episode because there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about. I knew this. I was afraid of what I would have to deal with tonight with this fucking crap.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Okay, let's get into this episode. Because I'm really excited where this episode starts. We start up, we open up, we start right in the best possible place. We start out on Maggie's pretty eyes. Yeah. It's the fucking Phil is as smooth as a baby's anus right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yes. Smooth as a baby's anus. What, now you can just, Katie, you can just imagine a baby's anus on my face?
Well, I mean, usually people talk about the cheeks. What are you doing with the baby's anuses, dude? Get out of there.
I love it. Katie's doing bits. I love it. That was great. So we open up on Maggie's pretty eyes, and she's looking at a flower, and someone's talking to her. It's Doc Carson, and we get some backstory about placentas and things being ripped apart and separation, but yada yada yada. The baby's all right.
Maggie made it. So did the baby.
The
baby's all right.
Baby's all right. The mama's all right. They just get a little crazy. Okay, so
yes, that's the song. Thank you, Phil.
So he listens to the heart, and he tells her you need to take it easy, dude. And she needs to stay at the Hilltop for the completion of her pregnancy. Carson says, do you have any questions? And she tries to get up, and this is kind of a funny moment. I enjoyed this. This was played well. She just goes, wait a second. Could you repeat everything that you just said? I didn't hear a single fucking word.
And that's perfect because like you're waking up from something like that. Nothing's processed. He's throwing a bunch of shit at her. None of it's getting processed. She's thinking about, still Glenn and the Abraham trauma. And the trauma and all this other shit, like, and whatever pain she happens to still be in from the surgery and waking up. And
just hearing your baby is okay.
Like, yeah.
Say that to me 5 more times, man, because I don't believe it yet.
Like, yeah.
That's huge.
It was
huge.
I liked that. I liked that opening scene. I liked the.
Yeah. I agree, Joe. I wrote in my note, really like the opening scene. I love how this episode started out, even over to the Maggie and Sasha showing up.
Yeah, I've never been a big Maggie fan, even though I've said it. Yeah. Like I haven't been huge on Maggie in a long time. I think they've kind of almost written her off the show up until recently.
Yeah, they really weakened her character.
Right.
Since we've been talking about since the Beth thing, you've really had a problem with Maggie, and both of us, we railed on that about her lack of emotional response for.
So she disappeared, she's gone now, just like everybody else. All right, move on.
Yeah, she became very much a shadow character, and they just kind of teased us with her a little bit, and then would just set her back in the background again.
Right.
So it was good to see her step up and be like that strong. I just blanked on her name.
Maggie.
Yes.
I was thinking Lauren Cohen.
You're right, exactly. Being that strong Maggie that we saw more towards the beginning when we first met her, when Glenn first met her, and she was the strength behind their relationship and kind of pushing him and giving him more balls. Let's jump into the live chat for a second. Ben says, Phil needs dreadlocks so that we can have the dreadlock pass. Tara Chan says, I could have an entire rant about how much I dislike the Enid Carlshit. Leave a voicemail, Tara Chan, 781-990-8509 if you're feeling motivated. If anyone wants to leave a voicemail, 781-990-8509. Beardless Phil, again, great to see you, Amanda. Randy says, definitely getting better as the season goes. Claudio says, I imagine I would pay money to see Negan and his gang slowly circle skate around someone, intimidating.
Like in the Warriors, like the roller skate gang from the Warriors.
Oh my goodness, that would actually so improve the Negan character. Just have him on roller skates.
The best thing they could do, and I'm gonna just come out straight out and say it again. Like the best thing they could do for the Negan character,
Kill him.
make Trevor the Negan character.
We were talking about that in the preview.
They are all Negan.
I also love how just we found out earlier that Maggie ran over some boy's car. She ran over Joe's Camaro when she was younger. Joe fucked with Maggie.
Pre-apocalypse.
That was
especially
that was the pre-apocalypse, right?
Yeah. She's a badass.
Yeah, Maggie is a fucking badass.
All my cars looked like they had been run over by something because I'm such a bad driver younger.
Okay, so Carson says, yes, stay with us. So we go off to Sasha and Maggie, who Maggie comes out and greets her, and they head out and they bury Abraham and Glenn's body. Maggie seems upset, but she seems more together than I thought she was going to be. And Sasha kind of holds her up, and they have some gravity. And, this is one of the things I really liked about the beginning of this episode. It's something, for whatever it's worth, I haven't felt a lot in the rest of the season, a sense of weight to actually the events happening, something happening, being invested in what was going on in the moment. It was almost an unfamiliar feel for me of how I personally have been feeling about this season of The Walking. I'm like, holy shit, I care. And that I think that's why I like this episode better than the rest. It wasn't necessarily structurally, some camera stuff bothered me, some editing stuff maybe got to me a little bit here and there. But emotionally, I was actually connected to the characters and the shit that was going on, whether it be for Trevor and understanding his character about wanting to show off for Negan and being in a real responsible situation. I think the show, for whatever it's worth, in the good and the bad, has established the pecking order and how the Negan group, how the saviors work. So to see that Trevor is getting this kind of responsibility and put in this position, I could kind of feel from his perspective through all this. And he seemed a little bit more rounded and human of a character. He seemed more like the girl from last season, the D girl from The Sopranos, and also the other people that we met, the Roseanne character, all the other saviors that we've met pre-Negan that seemed like more rounded humans. And it seemed like that again. Yeah, exactly. And what they would do, all their different touches. So I felt like we got a lot through that character, that he added a lot to the saviors just through his performance in this episode for me.
Yeah.
Well, and
much agreed.
I think he's added to when I was watching him in this episode, I was thinking and listening to him talk, it was very Negan style shit, all of it, and then taking half and everything. And I thought, see, this is how you come off as kind of like nice and kind of creepy at the same time, which Negan's not doing for me. This was more what everybody's been saying that Negan is supposed to be. And then I started thinking back about what we saw from him in the previous episodes when he's the main guy that does the talking when he's hurting Rick's group at the bridge. Remember, how have I treated you so far? Really good, right? Like it's your last day on Earth.
Even the way he shoots the gun in the air, he's like bang bang, and he just looks at him.
Right. Like he's captured what I feel I have been told the Negan and what I think they're trying to do with the Negan character much better. And I'm really impressed with what this guy's given us. I saw in the chat, someone said that he did try out. Richie said he did try out for the Negan part, and I agree, Johnny Rico. They absolutely dropped the ball by not going with him.
Yes.
He does it very well. He does this role very well.
He gives it a more subtle and deeper feel. He has charisma. He has charm, even in
without trying.
Overblown cartoonishness. That,
right. And one of the things we've seen from him is he's done all this menacing shit. He was the architect, or at least we believe he's to be the architect behind the Gate episode at the nighttime and all that when he comes in and he and when he comes in and he takes everybody's stuff, they don't kill anyone. We don't see them torture anyone. We don't see them beat anyone up.
It's effective terrorism.
Right.
What he's playing.
He does it a lot better than what Negan has done so far, and it kind of plays to that, like that again, like we're not here hurting people, we just need to take our half, and you need to understand that. And that's kind of what they're supposed to be doing with Negan, but I wish they'd put him in as the Negan part. Maybe I would have a little bit better, but then they've just given us so fucking much. What, out of 4 episodes, you're like 4 hours of TV, 3 hours of it is fucking Negan speech. I want to blow my fucking brain out.
But yeah, it seems like they're trying so hard with this Negan character to really make an impact on people, and it's just falling flat because it's too much. There's no charm to it. It's just very cartoonish. It's very adolescent.
But
it's an adolescent interpretation of what
Katie,
a grown-up sadist would be.
But Katie,
and not really the true
He had me hold it.
character of it.
he knows.
He had me hold it.
He had me hold it, Katie.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
When I saw that, I was like, no, I missed that. I would have had so much fun with he had me hold it all night long.
Yeah, Joe, it's not good. It's not going anywhere. It's a forever sound clip for the show.
He had me.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Coral. He had me hold it, Coral.
Oh my gosh. Hello, my name is Negan, and for years I've suffered from erectile dysfunction. Corey Mitchell. Okay, so Corey Mitchell.
I had Rick hold it. He had me hold it.
That would
Joe,
be a reasonable explanation for Lucille's existence.
Joe and Katie, could you guys turn up your master volume over there a little bit, Joe?
Master.
Turn up your master volume. Thank you to Providence.
Master has been erased.
Awesome.
Too much?
No, that's cool. That's perfect. Providence, Rhode Island says Joe's volume is low, and he says, "Are you seriously telling me Jesus is the only one that can fight at Hilltop?" Well, he can. Hasn't he trained anyone else?
He's got those kicks down.
He does,
dude. All about the kicks.
Chalk Boy says there's too much witty banter. There needs to be more killing on the podcast or on the show.
Mark, die, Joseph.
Yeah, that's a good question on the podcast or on the show.
I can't reach you. You need to come closer.
Kill.
Facts.
The atheist bastard says the walking witty banter. They should be. Okay, so let's get back to it. Sasser says it's Maggie says everything's okay, the baby's okay, everyone's all right. Maggie says they told me the baby would be born okay, but I need to stay here, but I haven't decided yet. Then Jesus comes up and Jesus shows some flower. And
Jesus arises.
Yeah, Jesus arises, and then
by the graves,
flowers and kids.
And then that Greg douche comes up, and
I was impressed with Jesus this episode.
Yeah.
Another character I've not been the biggest fan of.
Jesus Christ, Joe, I agree. Jesus was fucking off. This was Jesus' best episode. He was in the house in this episode.
Jesus rose to the occasion.
I liked his. So you brought me the flowers by my bed. What? Oh, the blue means this, and the green means release. I'm gonna really release, baby.
Yes. Really liked Jesus.
Well, I love Jesus too. So, anyways,
the name. Damn.
Jesus loves you.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ, superstar. Jesus is more of a hippie than Morgan. They need to switch Simon and Jeffrey. It was much, much better. Witty, guys, Witty is a bit of a stretch for this season. We need world for
this show
montage with Maggie in the fighting arts. Jesus is very cute. I can't not like him, says Tara Chan. So Greg comes in, he starts being a douche about Negan's guys, calls Maggie Marsha a bunch of times, calls Rick Rich, I think. He acts like an ass, tells her to go, says, get the fuck out of here. You guys are trouble. If Negan's guys see you here, it's gonna give me culpability. I want plausible deniability that I didn't know shit about you guys and I didn't hire you guys. I want you guys out of here. If Negan's men see you here, it's bad, but I'm a good guy. You guys can stay the night and leave in the morning if you want. That's my plan. So Jesus kind of
surprised he didn't say if you want to stay the night, you can spend it in my room.
He does. He says that later.
No, but I figured he was gonna he should have been pressing that even more.
He presses it, or he does it. He does this subtle perv thing where he goes, Joe, is it okay if I fuck your crow? Oh no, I'm kidding. I didn't mean fuck your crow. I mean
we're just supposed to talk. I think you need to leave.
Yeah. I mean touch.
You've got the wrong idea by I think you've inferred what I did not imply.
Yeah, I didn't mean fuck your crow. I meant fuck your crow, like fuck her. I didn't mean I wanted to fuck her or anything like that.
Not proper.
Not proper fuck. Not a shag. I don't want
to. Not really not raper Greg. More like he likes prostitute. He figures sex is something that you can bargain with.
Negotiate.
Yeah. You want us to do this for you? well, you do this for my community and you blow me, and that's the deal.
He's like a
It's a
casting couch.
commodity. He's not rape. He's trying to make a deal. He's treating women as or maybe men too. We haven't seen him with men,
People
but
are commodities.
right.
It's backroom casting apocalypse. Something like that. Something.
Come
Backroom
chat with me on my
apocalypse?
casting
Yeah.
couch.
Backroom apocalypse casting couch.
Let's see if we can't make a deal.
Yeah.
I know some agents.
I'll make you a star.
We got to videotape it. They want to know what they're getting.
Ahmed says the mayor is the actor from Terminator 2. He's impaled by T-1000 while drinking milk. Oh, was he the father,
Nice.
stepdad? Was he John Connor's stepdad? I believe.
Who?
Oh.
The mayor is the actor
Gregory?
from T2.
That was do some IMDb and to check.
Think
But I
I
think,
know he's been in stuff. I recognize the actor.
Yeah, he's been in a
That's,
lot of shit.
but yes, I think Stabbed with Milk by T-1000 was the stepfather of John Connor. So Maggie is pregnant, and I love how Gregory says, "Well, Maggie's pregnant," and Greg's like, "Well, that's her mistake."
Yep, and no shit.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay, I don't want to.
Not
fuck
my
are you
fault. She
doing?
was irresponsible.
Joe, we do that Howard Stern thing a lot, but I'm going to say it again. A couple times with some of the stuff Gregory was saying, and he's saying a lot of asshole pervy shit, but a couple of things, he's starting to make a little sense. When he's just,
there's some pearls in that there
Yeah.
ocean.
He throws out a few pearls of wisdom with the rest of the bullshit.
Yep. It may be an ocean of shit, as Abraham would put it, but you'll find a pearl if you sift hard enough.
Exactly. So we come back into a dartboard, and this is our scene with Rick. Rick is trying to talk Carl into coming with them on the trip, and Carl is not taking any of this shit. Carl is this shit's fuck, Dad.
I'm with you, atheist bastard.
Someone's gonna be here for Judith.
There's people who want to help. Only be gone a few days at the most. We need supplies. They're going to be coming back soon.
Is this how it's gonna be now?
Yes.
Yes, Carl.
It is. You know that.
That coral.
Now, how do you feel about this, Joe? You were saying it a little bit before I started the clip. How do you feel about Carl's reaction to everything that's going on in this situation? Whose side do you want in this situation?
Carl's reaction is actually like, how do you say to yourself you're gonna, like, you're a teenage boy, you want to rebel against dad anyway most of the time, and then dad's telling you to sit by and be passive when all your hormones and testosterone little testicles are pumping hard, telling you to go kill, and you've learned how to kill, and you know how to kill, and you have to do it all the time. You definitely aren't agreeing with this. Let's sit back and not kill anymore, Dad. All right.
Let's swallow all of these injustices.
No,
and
Carl's
do
a little.
nothing.
He's a little badass, and that's what he's going to go out and do. I hope he just uses what kind of a brain he's got in his head, which obviously he's not, because, like, yeah, I'm such a great roller skater, because those aren't from the fucking 70s. People actually use those now, I guess, and not rollerblades.
Yeah.
Roller skates are awesome.
And that, let's take our shoes off. Let's make it really hard for us to get away from zombies attacking us, and be unsteady on our feet, and let's roller skate the rest of it. Use all these muscles we've never fucking. They're gonna be in a lot of pain tomorrow. Yeah. That's fucking sure. Can't wait. How many hills did they have to go up? The first hill you fucking come like Breakheart, Phil, on your rollerblades. Like, how many times? I think I'm gonna take these off. I'll walk up the hill next to you, Joe. Like, like they're on a.
Yes.
Well, the thing is about this is that they've learned from adults who make stupid decisions. At least for these two, it makes sense, because they're smart kids, but they don't have wisdom like adults should have. So, yeah, they're going to do something stupid to achieve a moment of joy.
Let's jump into the live motherfucking chat here, and I agree with you, Katie. They're finding their own moments here, and Carl gets a little something in the woods too as we get into her. Enid gets a little something in the woods. I hate pussy. Rick says Claudio. Coral, please come. Coral, come. How selfish do you have to be to not put out in the zombie apocalypse as atheist? Terry Chan says, I think I'm the only one who kind of likes Carl. I can kind of relate to him right now. And Claudia,
I do too. I'm with you.
No, I relate to him, and I relate to Enid. What I think about their performances, I think I would probably, even as an adult, be more like them in the zombie apocalypse in all reality when it really comes down to it. I'd be a little wishy-washy, whiny bastard, I think, in some ways. And you
I'd be like Greg.
Well, rebellious, fuck the world.
yeah, you would be kind of Greggish, Joe. You Claudia says, and you have the bluest of
Delusional
balls.
narcissist. Sure.
Claudia says, and you have the bluest of balls because Edith is not putting out. That makes you edgy. Hannah says, I never thought I'd be rooting for Curl. Corey says, we now interrupt the zombie apocalypse to bring you Beth Unplugged. And she coming. Sorry. Carl missed all of his shots on the dartboard. Carl is too good for Enid. Hello, Anthony. No one has wisdom, says Iron Throne.
I agree.
Not in
Iron
this
Throne.
world.
Not in this world. No one.
No one has displayed any wisdom whatsoever.
Jesus might be the only one so far. By moving them from one closet to another closet.
Yeah.
I like how they're
Trickery.
like, we're going to take half your shit. Now spread out and don't search any of the closets.
Yep.
I got an idea. Next time the Saviors come back, can we hide half our shit in the closets?
How about under the bed?
Yeah, under the bed. Can we?
They'll never look there.
Oh, Joe, you're ruining people's dreams and
Behind the
enjoyment of the
curtains.
show. Providence Rhode Island says, oh shit, I was enjoying the roller skates until Joe made me realize the perils. You're rude.
Like, how many times in your life have you been on fucking roller skates? How many
They're
times have they
awesome.
been on roller skates? We've seen Carl grow from 3 feet tall to 5 feet tall and never once even seen a pair of fucking roller skates.
Well,
He's gonna put them on and like you could see they're almost about to fall the fuck over as soon as they, and then like you take them out of this fucking bag that's been sitting on the side of the road for how fucking long, and like Enid's like, oh great, 80s knee socks, gonna put those on too. Like, are you fucking serious? Let me take off my socks and put on the perfect white knee-high socks.
Yep.
I'm gonna look so hot for my boy Carl over there.
Yep.
oh my God.
How's he supposed to look at her and the road with his one fucking eye and roller skate at the same time?
He's not. He's supposed to hold on to her for his balance.
Yeah.
That'll make fighting
There
zombies
you
real
go.
fucking easy.
That was all her
Use it to
plan.
your advantage, Coral.
Kate, that was all her plan. She wanted to seduce him,
Yep.
do a
And
classic
so
TV fall, roller skate fall into a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say
Oh,
this
you're
too.
blind.
You,
Get behind me and I'll lead you.
you gotta think that
Whoops.
there aren't too
Oh.
many zombies in this area anyway, with the Saviors trying to clear it out, with the Hilltop clearing it out, with anybody else clearing it out. All the zombies that fell in the quarry that they cleared out over at Alexandria, the thousands and thousands. But it comes down to, I think they had so many trucks with them that I think they brought those zombies with them. I think they zombie bombed them also.
Oh yeah.
So maybe there aren't that many zombies in the area and they feel okay enough to roller skate. But like she's out for a 10-minute bike ride, she gets fucking attacked by 2 fucking zombies.
Yeah. No, it's not a safe thing to do.
Quick, let's put
At
on roller
all.
In
skates.
fairness, Joe, she has
At all.
damsel character smell all over her. So the zombies are
I'm not saving you again
Okay.
until 5 minutes from now.
I'm not saving you. I'm not saving you at the end of this episode. No way. So Carl and Michonne talk as we continue in this episode. Carl and Michonne talk around it, and Carl thinks Rick is wrong, and Michonne says, I don't know. I'm
Okay,
confused.
even if
Blah,
I do
blah, blah,
think
blah,
it,
blah.
I don't know it.
I don't know.
It's not.
You don't know it.
Wait, yeah,
Just an
and
opinion.
that's true. I was with her on that. I like this is shit you
needs to
need
be
to
thought
think
about.
about. You don't like jump into it impulsively like we've done everything else.
Carl is just like, fuck this shit. And Michonne,
Claudio, yes, have some fun. Grab the roller skates. Grab that bag and bring it with you. Put it on your back and bring it back to the nice, safe, walled-off fucking
Roller
community
skate
where
through
you can
town.
roller skate around town holding your little girlfriend's fucking hand. Like, how about staying off the fucking main road where the Saviors are driving back and forth all over the fucking place where they're going to say, oh, look, a couple little boys and girls. Let's kill the kid. They'll think the zombies did it. Let's rape the girl and then throw her in the fucking ditch next to him. Are you kidding me?
Rape the boy
Like,
too. Hey,
what the fuck?
Equal opportunity, man.
yeah, rape them both. Like, it just, like, stay off the fucking road. Stay off the fucking road. I
Well,
mean, I
then-
know
I mean,
the zombies
mm.
become stealthy in, like, the thicket, in the brush, in the leaves. You can't hear them stumble walking through it. And it is easier to track
No.
people on pavement when you're in a rush on horseback. So maybe that's why you do stay on the road instead of the brush. But I don't know. I'm just brainstorming right now.
okay,
Fuck.
so
And this is my favorite episode of the season so
You're
far.
trying to apply reason to the most
yeah,
unreasonable.
I
I know there was
the atheist bastard
What
says
is
it perfect in the live chat. Joe's acting like teenagers ever made sense. So So Carl is just like, fuck this shit. Michonne kicks it and heads out. And so who's leaving to go? We see Enid, who's leaving to go see Maggie, who's going to walk all the way to Hilltop. And she flirt shames them and says, "Oh, I'm better at aiming at you." No, you're not. Oh, blah 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 blah. They have a whole big thing go back and forth.
It's called negging, Phil.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
It's called negging. She negged him. You can't shoot now. Fuck me.
Oh wait, Carl falls.
You can't shoot, but you sure is cute.
Oh, so then we go back to Sasha and Jesus is happy that she's there, and Jesus is really happy, and Jesus says he'll try to change Greg's mind. He'll try to convert the water inside his brain into a wine and get him drunk and make his decision. And Sasha says Greg's a dick. Why is he in charge? And why aren't you in charge, Jesus?
Seriously.
Jesus says, I cannot be in charge. I cannot do it. And then we have this amazing line right here. Here it is.
Jesus?
Well, no, sorry. Where was
this?
No, Jesus?
Jesus? This? What do you want, Jesus?
What do you want, Jesus? I just love that line for whatever reason.
What do you want, Jesus?
What do you get the Jesus that has everything?
God.
Yeah. What do you want for what do you want for Christmas, Jesus?
What do you want?
Oh my God, it's your birthday, Jesus. What
oh my God, Jesus, what do you want? It's just the way she says it. It's ridiculous.
That's great.
What do you want, Jesus?
Oh my goodness, nice.
Fucking ridiculous.
Nice.
Okay, so Sasha and Jesus, she gives Jesus what he wants. Jesus says he just wants to help. Sasha, you need to do more.
I just want to
save people.
Dance.
Dance. So Sasha says, you need to take over Hilltop, man, is basically what she says to him. And he hands her some necklace or something. I didn't see what it was, but it was Abraham's. And he says, I liked Abraham. Abraham was was one of those type of guys that can make you smile and wince at the same time. I think people can say that about us, Joe.
Wouldn't that have been great if that was a necklace that was Abraham's, but it was given to him by Sasha? You know, that thing that Sasha gave him? Not Sasha, that Rosita gave him.
Rosita.
The glass. Tara Chan says, was it that? The necklace that Rosita made for him?
That's what I was thinking. Like how fucking great would that be? Like, here, this was Abraham's. I think you'd want this. And like he's giving her Rosita's fucking like sea glass or some shit.
Oh man.
Corey Mitchell wants to add. So season 6 lasted all but 2 days, but Carl and Enid skate at warp speeds to somehow make
right.
Okay, so the girl.
Well, you got to figure she rode her bike 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah, she was 10 speeding most of the way.
Right.
And I love how scavenged this whole area is. That nobody's found the roller skates. Nobody thought like, oh,
yeah,
I can roller skate with a girl back on the hilltop.
No, and I don't want to I don't want to attack the writers' room, but this was. You know, what would be a really cool image if we had Sasha and Carl roller skating together. So how can we make it happen?
Yeah. Hand in hand down
let's
the
just
road.
have them find some roller skates on the side of the road. That will make sense.
It happens. It happens.
Like they said, they could have found bicycles. Totally. Bicycles would have been better. Lovers do the bicycle thing through the park too, right? It doesn't always have to be like roller skating.
I have to give Atheist Bastard a kiss. Thank you, Atheist Bastard. Mwah. Thank you.
A smooth face Phil kiss.
Tara Chan says, I don't want to attack the writer's room. Don't lie, Phil. Okay, I do want to attack the fucking writer's room. I'm going to go in there with a fucking chainsaw. Bring Vince Gilligan in
That's
there.
what we do.
Tell Vince Gilligan to take over every show with his writing staff. Bring them all in. But no.
Burn them like we should have burned the zombies in the fucking quarry.
Bring Frank Darabont to make a
free.
Amazing return. Okay, so anyways. Pinky ring. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so he hands her the necklace, and Jesus said the girls, Jesus is gonna have a good time with it. So Maggie asks why they burn the bodies there, and he says, I don't know why we do. It's just a custom, but we remember them in us. We're the ones that remember the people. Maggie and Sasha.
Because it's a hell of a lot easier to burn the fucking bodies than to dig a 6-foot fucking hole every time somebody fucking dies. Are you kidding me? I don't even know why they like. You need to do something to get rid of the body, but like the burying thing, that just Come on, you're gonna run out of room. Who wants to be fucking like halfway in a ditch trying to bury somebody, trying to dig a hole, and like 5 zombies come rolling up and fall in the ditch with you? Like, let's just throw some fucking, kindling on the fucking motherfucker and be done with it.
Oops, writers.
A lot easier.
Verse says, writers never had bikes. They hate bikes. If they found bikes, they would have to play the Butch and Sundance song. IC says, just drop a like and wonder why Joe doesn't like Westworld. Walkers keep dropping on my head. Oh, wait, that's the Dwight song. Like the Rick. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so.
Walkers keep dropping on my head.
Keep dropping on my
Just like the walker whose feet too big for his bed.
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay, so then Maggie and Sasha are talking, and they say, oh, well, this guy's
got a 2-seater bicycle. Yeah, Corey.
This dude is a fucking idiot. No, he's an idiot. Oh, no, he's a coward. He's an idiot. So Maggie says, let's get some sleep and we'll head off tomorrow. So our next scene, we get Enid on a bike as she notices a puddle, and then a walker comes at her and she pauses, but then she runs. And right at that point, a car shows up, and perfect timing, and backs over the walker, or runs over the walker, then backs over
the bicycle. And the bicycle.
And the bicycle. And it is Carl. And he just
so here's the thing. Why are these people like fucking last week or the week before, was it? Fuckface gets off his motorcycle. I was like, I'm going to push my motorcycle through this patch of walkers because it's really creepy. And like she sees a puddle, which, it's kind of strange because nothing else is wet, which means the puddle's got to be fresh. Was it blood? Was it water? What was it? I don't know. I'm an investigative Enid. I'll get off my bike and hurry out for a minute. Are you kidding me? Just stay on your fucking bike and get to where the fuck you're going. What are you doing? Like,
yeah, it seems like at this point you'd be running into lots of puddles of weird stuff.
And then Carl, the awesome fucking brain in his head, is like, let me take my car and ram it into this fucking thing instead of getting out and shooting it or getting out and stabbing it in the head. Let me completely ruin our only means of transportation as we're stuck out here and God knows where, halfway between here and there. How many times have they both been to the fucking Hilltop? They know how to get there? Really? Has Carl been there? Did we see Carl go to the Hilltop? Just that once in the truck where they had to drive all the way around the fucking East Coast to get there the night that Abraham and Glenn got their brains bashed in. Yeah, but I remember how to get to the fucking Hilltop. No problem. Don't worry about it. We'll walk there. We'll be just fine. What the fuck? What the fuck? And this is my favorite episode of the season.
So Enid's on the bug. She notices, and yes, I threw in a puddle of mud, and the walker comes after her, and she goes, and Carl drives over it. So that night, Maggie and Sasha are sleeping, and they're awoken to Beethoven music. And I only think I know Beethoven because I think it's Beethoven, and I think that's what the subtitle said. So, and then they see some fire and the gates are open. Sasha heads out to shut it all off and shut off the radio. So we go back and Sasha's watching all the walkers come in and the music's just fitting to the moment. This is one of my favorite scenes. This is probably my favorite scene of the season. And the music is just so fitting to the moment. It fits so well with what's going on. Maggie comes out too and is like, what the fuck? Jesus comes out, and then Jesus starts going all ninja, kicking some shit. Maggie comes out and starts going all Captain America and just taking over command. Like, you go over here, you do this, you go do this.
Yep.
Totally has a Captain America moment. We see Gregory.
And then she goes and gets the tractor.
Farmer
Maggie.
We see Greg looking like a pussy and kind of backing out, and then we see Sasha and Jesus meet, and they talk about closing the gates. Enter Maggie with the tractor, and Maggie just starts running over walkers like crazy with the tractor. I know some people like the deeper stuff of The Walking Dead. For me, when The Walking Dead does shit like this, I think it's at its best. And you're just having Maggie driving around in a tractor, running over walkers, while you see just mass meddling going on, and you see Gregory being a little pussy in the back, and seeing all different people react to these crazy situations. I don't know. That's what I love about The Walking Dead, and
it's supposed to be about zombies. Zombies are supposed to be a threat. Like, and I know I've read up to like they get to the Hilltop in the books, and even in the books, the zombies aren't that much of a threat. They're not that highlighted even in the books. So, but I watched the show. I want more zombie threats. I want the zombies to be a little bit more dangerous than they are.
Eric.
Zombie action.
Yeah, and I thought tonight did a good job of that in the Enid scene, and then in this scene too. Good evening, Eric. Question: can we also expect a cute little gingerbread along with the Maggie's baby? Maggie had her bossy boots on. It was Carl backed up Carl's backed up Seamus. Surprised he hit the walker judging his dart skills earlier in the episode. That card is fucking funny shit. So, okay, so Sasha and Jesus meet, they talk. Okay, so then we get a quick cut of Sasha and Jesus killing a lot of walkers, and it's a really fun scene that just eventually cuts to black. So then after our commercial break, we get Enid and Carl talking about death and weird shit, and then Carl talks about how he looked when Negan killed Glenn and Abraham. And
yeah, he watched so he would never forget.
So he would remember, yes. And Enid says, and he says, I want to kill Negan. That's my plan.
Oh, no, right. No. He watched so that when it came time to kill the motherfucker, there wouldn't be a choice about it.
Right. He wouldn't hesitate.
It would no hesitation.
No doubt.
And she giving him all the signs. And I think she's a far better singer than she is an actress. But what she was trying to do is she was trying to be like, well, anything you, Carl, I feel the same way you do. She's just really trying to make him feel good. She spends most of this episode trying to be like, dude, I'm right here, dude. And she
make a move.
Yeah, make your move, dude. And this is where she kind of starts, where she goes, yeah, I'd kill him too. I do it for loved ones. I do that. And they just talk
That's
back
not
and
who
forth.
I'm doing it for.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, I'm doing it for other reasons. So
I'm doing it 'cause I'm a selfish motherfucker.
Yep. And then speaking of
hungry like Lucille,
like the wolf.
Speaking of selfish motherfuckers, we go to Gregory and Jesus, and here we have this conversation. So let's listen to this one. This is a good one to listen to.
Sasha,
There's state.
you're not in charge, Jesus. I am. I'm the one who has to look after the safety of this place. What are you telling me you want to call the plays after all this time? After I set the table here?
It's much harder than you think, Jesus.
Say the word.
You can be king if you want to deal with all the bullshit.
All of this can be yours.
And
Well, you'd have to stick
Jesus
around
should
for
have been
about
like,
5 minutes.
yeah,
You'd actually
fuck
have to
you. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid asshole. So Maggie said,
Active leader, Maggie, you are now leader.
Yep.
so this scene culminates with Gregory talking mad shit to both of them, and then the saviors eventually showing up and yelling, go protect that or hide these people. Hide
Get in the closet.
Hide them in the closet. You get in the
Shit,
closet.
get under the bed. Quick.
Yeah, get in the front hall closet. What?
They're never gonna look there. They're never gonna look in the front hall closet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't they? Verse says, wouldn't they know that Gregory was complicit? Remember, they faked a head to look like him at the compound. Yeah, no, that is true. To be fair, as exciting as Sasha is, she might be a literal zombie. Sasha definitely not a captivating character for me either on this show.
Stoic.
Yeah.
She's a stoic one.
She is.
Why?
Stony.
You're leader of the Hilltop, and they come and they say, we're taking half, and they come every month and they take half, and every now and then they even like randomly just spread out and search the place and take all this, the shit and everything. Isn't like one of your first orders like, all right, we're building a false wall in front of this wall, and you only tell one person like Jesus about it, and you build this false wall that you can stock
what you're doing,
supplies in?
Joe, I agree with you, but I think you're casting too much ambition on this guy. I think at this point, all he can really give a shit about is surviving moment to moment when it comes down to it. And I think
and bargaining for sex.
Stealing watches off of graves.
It's a fine watch. Didn't want it to get rained on.
Yeah, he's a narcissist. He's incapable of doing all of these things that he hypes himself up as being able to do. And so he's leader, which makes total sense.
Yeah, fuck the Hilltop getting any of this whiskey. He kept all that whiskey for himself, and
his
saviors just did to him what he did to his own fucking people.
Yep.
So our next scene, we see Greg letting in. I agree with you 100%, Joe. We see Trevor walking around the house, and let's listen to a little bit of Trevor, or whatever hell his name is on the show. Simon. Thank you, Kate.
The Hilltop Colony. Thank you.
Mr.
Do make yourself at home.
This isn't a social call.
Oh, I wouldn't think it is. We need to talk.
And he's just right from the beginning.
A little claustrophobic in here, right?
Charismatic.
Right from the beginning, exactly. for this type of thing. And I'm not saying Jeffrey D. Morgan, and Negan wasn't in this episode. We're not going to spend a lot of time trashing Negan. There's plenty of episodes.
I find no charisma.
But for whatever it's worth, some people in being a dick, there's very few people on the earth that can do it as well as Stephen Ogg. He's exceptional at it. So it just comes very natural to him. Anyone who's played Grand Theft Auto, his voice, his cadence, or seen him in even Better Call Saul, in everything he's in, he is an exceptional dick. And it comes through extremely well in this episode. And he's mugging for the camera the whole time, with the smiling at the camera. He's doing all those things.
White teeth.
Those white teeth, yeah. Oh, holy shit.
Got a toothy style.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, I'll see. Oh shit, baby face. Fucking horrible.
I really like his performance, and he's very charismatic. And I said it before, I think, but it kept making me think back to his introduction to the show, and when we got him when he was making his little speech, talking with Rick at the bridge, and the different spots that they stopped him on their route to the hilltop with Maggie's dire need in that finale, and like the way he was coming across, like, you know, aren't I treating you like it's your last day on earth? Aren't I treating you good? Like, he was very charismatic then too, and came off as a dick much better than Negan has.
Yeah, well, he has dimension. Even the writing he has, it's similar to Negan's, but it's different. It has dimension to it. It has depth, whereas Negan is just one-dimensional.
Yeah. So speaking of we get our Fear the Walking Dead commercial about a girl walking around. She sees the walker. She's gonna kill a walker.
Oh god!
And shoots her, and it splats with blood. Okay.
I got
We're gonna do a replay of that. I'm gonna kill you.
I actually really like the webisodes, and these come off as webisodes.
Yeah.
But these ones are really kind of slow, and I haven't really. I like waiting for all the webisode shit to be able to watch the entire story at once. Some of them are really good. Get into this one. This one, I like the plane shit from last season.
Yeah, the plane stuff was mildly interesting from last season. Iron Throne, we need reaction for seeing me in the bearded face. Chandler Riggs is a shit actor. I didn't notice his acting in this episode. I didn't notice his acting in this episode too, though.
That's because they cover half his face, so it makes his acting that much better.
Okay, so
makes it easier to not
stifles his attempts to emote.
So we come back from our commercial break, and it's Trevor and Greg talking about the message from last night.
And regarding last night, the message received loud and clear.
All right, keep that message then.
And he just goes, "What's the message?" And he goes, "Oh, you were trying to make an example of me." And Trevor gives a great speech here.
Who's boss?
Trying to show us his boss. Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah.
And so let me ask you a question. When the first thing I thought when they showed up and they came through was, Greg's a dead man.
Yeah.
Greg's a dead man, period. And this is why I kind of thought that was, he already sent someone to try to kill him, and they mentioned that later. But I got the impression because he sent someone to kill him, that even though they were dealing with Negan's men, they weren't letting Negan's men in. That's kind of like the impression I got. Like, they were able to make this deal, but they weren't able to get at Greg, so it wasn't like as though they were walking through with all the guns and all this shit as much as it is.
Part of the message of trying to kill Gregory is that it was one of his own people doing it.
Yeah, that they had the power over him to allow one of his own people to do that.
Yeah, because they had taken that dude's brother hostage and then sent him to kill Gregory to save his brother's life. So it was some of those mind games that are supposed to be what Negan.
And more of the mind games comes in this scene where they send those walkers in so that they could come in and save the day and show them that they needed them because they took all their weapons and stuff. But instead, Sasha and Maggie and Jesus kill all the walkers. And Trevor has a great line read where he goes, "Yep, they're dead. very, 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 very dead or something. Talking about his guys that used to be in control, used to be the point guys, the ones that Rick killed, all the people that Rick killed last season. And Gregory plays, oh, they're dead? And he's like, yep, very dead. Very, 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 very dead. But those people that killed them, the Alexandrians, they're real go-getters. So Greg's so scared trying to talk around the fact that he didn't hire the Alexandrians to wipe out Negan. And he says, let me give send my love to Negan, send his respect. I want to send all the respects. And Trevor is basically like, no, I'm your Negan. Negan wants me to be in charge. I'm the one you're going to deal with from right now. I'm the one whose ass you need to kiss right now. And yeah. And he says to him, is there anything else I need to know right now, Gregory? And Gregory says, yeah, there's something else you need to know. And he heads them, and Gregory immediately takes them. And I missed this at first. It took me a second to get what happened here. But Gregory takes them to the closet that he thinks Maggie and Sasha are in. And it ends up being the booze because Jesus switched closets with them or put them in the bedroom instead of the closet or something like that.
And that's
Jesus working miracles.
He didn't see them. Like, he was standing in the front hall the whole time waiting for the guys to come up. So like Jesus ushered them into the closet. And as they were walking in the front door and standing all around the hallway themselves, Jesus ushered them upstairs into the bedroom, nobody seeing them. Not even the, Greg seeing
all
them.
The whiskey boxes down.
Joe, Jesus grew up in Hogwarts. He has a cloak of invisibility he was using.
Like, you ever walk through an old building like that? You know how much noise it makes when you move?
Yeah.
You cannot sneak.
That's one of those television real life things. In real life, it's hard to sneak past anybody. You know how hard it is to just sneak out of a room when someone's sleeping with creaking floors and shit?
It's opening the door. Like
terrible,
anytime I open the door to just like duck in to feed the kitties, Katie wakes up and like she's a fucking log when she sleeps.
You dead bird. I know, she's just a bird. She's like,
like I kick and punch her in my sleep and stuff. People would think I'm abusing her, but she doesn't even budge.
Greg, like Pluto of Animal House. They took the whole fucking bar. Yeah, they took the whole fucking bar.
I know, right? They didn't even leave him the half bottle. That bottle was opened already. Like, he was like, nope, I'm taking that half bottle.
Mine.
But it's
Gregory was dead.
Oh yeah, Gregory. So he shows him the bottle, and it ends up being all of his scotch. And he's like, "Oh, thank you for the scotch. I don't like scotch. It tastes like." I have the line. I want to hear. I want to hear the way he says it because it's a good line.
So right, Johnny.
Right into Greg's bedroom closet. Great move by
Scotch.
Oh, here it is.
Well, not just hate this stuff. It tastes like ashtrays and window cleaner.
It tastes like ashtrays and window cleaner. So he takes it and he says, I'm going to give it to Negan. And you know what? I'm going to tell Negan it's from me. That's just how the game's played. And you fucking asshole. Yep. And Gregory would have just ratted on himself if he ratted on Maggie then. Yeah, Gregory just doesn't get it. He's not thinking clearly. I still think Gregory told them when he closed the gate. He probably saw Carl in the truck as well. The lack of gratitude they went, which is stupid to take on Hilltop. They didn't know them. Right into Gregory's bedroom closet. Great move by Jesus. Even if they caught them, Greg would be a dead guy, says Johnny Rico. The taste of the new year, ashtrays and window cleaner. Iron Throne. So Jesus looks and he just looks at Gregory like, you're dead to me. So then we go off to two people that are dead to me, Carl and Enid, as they approach and they see Trevor from a distance. And Carl knows Negan's not there because of the truck, because Carl knows Negan's not there because of the truck. Enid says, listen, you're not coming with me to Hilltop. And Carl says, no, you should come with me to kill Negan. Enid says, no, we can't do that.
No, I'm not a ninja.
I'm not a ninja. And she just leans in with those big puffy lips like, Carl?
Wouldn't you rather just stay here and fuck me in the leaves than go there and kill him?
Carl.
And Carl's like, no.
What if they came in here before
you tried to give us up?
Oh, wait, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Wrong way. He's like, come on. And finally she just goes, fuck you. And she kisses them. And then they have a cute little interaction where she says, "I can stop you. I can't stop you anyway." It's sort of like a Batman moment where you just be Batman. Okay, I'm Batman.
If you don't go, I'll lose all respect for you, and if you do go, I'll never get to fuck you, but you'll think you can. Like, it was a very well played Enid.
Yes, it was awkward. It was cute. Enid looked cute in the scene. It was what it was. Good for Carl. So are we in the situation that I knew Negan loves scotch? I would have had a bottle mixed with mercury, lead, and asbestos and pretend I'm hiding it for the saviors to find. A verse says, Carla's special powers the Lord gives and he takes it away. The close talking lately has been cringeworthy. Enid has been catching since day one. Big Sexy says, I'm in a bar watching, but Gregory is sort of a sack of shit, and I'm glad Maggie socked his ass. Love the reviews, guys. Love you, Big Sexy. Is Carl still a virgin? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he didn't have to be. This situation could have ended a lot different for Carl if he wanted it to. So yeah,
he's really into the close talking.
Yeah, he likes that close talking.
That gets
but okay, let's just say everything else, bad body odor aside, bad breath in the zombie apocalypse has to be pretty horrible. Being that close.
Well, like I said, I imagine like toothbrushes and toothpaste, although would be pretty high on a lot of people's list of things that they need to scavenge for, I'm sure you would still find a lot of that laying around.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So if that's something that's important to you, and it's easy to just like keep your mouth clean, I would think.
There are many ways, yeah. Well, but apparently no one in any of these communities has any herbalist experience. So.
Or found a book.
Or scavenging, or hunting, or any other survival.
Oh, and iron throne has a
to
good
be
point
fair,
too. You can use mint leaves for mouth refreshment too.
Yep.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, yes, mint is everywhere. Mint varieties. There are so many things you can use. Even bark.
Carl could have Olivia anytime he wants. Yeah, you could get. She's the man maker, is what they call Olivia in
Oh.
She's the man maker. Daryl does, but never mind. I think I need a Dwight sandwich. Be right back. Yes. I need some technical difficulties too. In a couple of weeks, the technical difficulties are going to end forever. Okay, so Greg and Sasha and Maggie have a talk, and Jesus basically puts his balls up against the wall, and he goes, "You guys are staying. Everyone's staying. We're a happy dysfunctional family. We're all staying. You're staying." Greg says we made progress today, and that let's play nice. Or Greg comes out and says, "We made progress today. Let's play nice." And he also kind of hints within this. I might have skipped over the actual moment where he does, but he hints that if Sasha spends the night with him, he'll.
Well, Sasha says Maggie stays here, and I'll work for you or some shit like that.
Yes.
And I'll go. And he says, well, that's something that we would need to discuss further. Maybe we should talk alone later.
Just you and me with the once over look. Maggie, that is universal. I want those boobies. I don't care about your brain. I'm looking at your boobies as I talk to you.
And Maggie's heard this before and immediately takes offense.
King J Uno says, I just want to be as happy as two kids roller skating in the zombie apocalypse. I think we all do. I think we
tried to kill you. That was a misunderstanding. As soon as the saviors leave, we get them the hell out of here before something bad really happens. Stop!
They're staying. Or do you want to make it public? You want to make the deal with Alexandria public? Lose your plausible deniability?
This is our next scene.
Lose your position?
So you're going to be in charge now? No.
Nope. No bet.
Just that you won't be. Maggie and Sasha are staying. I'm staying. We're all going to be one big, happy, dysfunctional family.
Yay!
Yay! So Jesus just comes in and he says there's going to be a change. Sasha and they also kind of talk. Sasha and Jesus talk after this point, and they have a little interaction where Jesus is like, "I'm sorry."
Is this when Maggie punches him in the face?
Yeah, Maggie eventually in that scene culminates to punching him in the face. And
the really
and also
awful telegraph.
It's kind of a hodgepodge. I didn't take great notes during this section, but Sasha eventually also talks to Jesus here and says, "Listen, you want to help us? You really want to help us? Find out where Negan lives. That's what I really want to find out. We're not going to tell Maggie about that, but I want to find out where Negan lives. And Jesus says, I can do that. That I can do. As Maggie heads outside, she sees the balloons and sees Enid there. And she says, you okay? I'm okay. But I'm better now because there's balloons. Yeah, but I love balloons. And Enid says, did you really kill walkers in a tractor? That's cool. And Maggie says, I also ran over some boy's car, his Camaro, when he was a bad boy. So Sasha...
It's not just balloons, but she brought the helium with her, too.
Mm-hmm.
King J. Uno
She
says...
was like, oh, cool, a travel tank for helium.
Yeah,
Gotta
that was
bring
in
this
with
for the
roller
balloons.
skates. There was a little helium tank in with the roller skates.
Oh, yeah.
Miracles.
Miracles do happen. Miracle.
Unreal.
King J. Uno says, leave me alone with Rosita throughout the apocalypse and I'm all set. And Varys says, Jesus wants to be the gingerbread boy's stepdad. I got that vibe too of Varys. I'll be happy with Rosita, Beth, and Maggie all alone, says Sandman. Yeah, I think everyone would. Corey says, you could use the Scotch window cleaner for mouthwash. Very true, Corey. Big Sexy says, that's just amazingly convenient that it happens to be two pairs of perfectly fitting roller skates on the side of the fucking road.
Yeah. And nice high knee socks
And
for
they
them.
fit them too. Anyone who's ever wore roller skates too, though, if they don't fit right, it's fucking even more difficult to use them.
Yes.
Okay, so
it's painful.
It's painful.
Yeah.
It's very painful. So Sasha comes through and they talk about.
Imagine them trying to stop on the first hill they're going down.
Oh, I was always terrible at stopping in roller skates.
It's horrible. But,
Nub on the toe. What the fuck is that?
no, that's okay. Maggie read over some boys' Camaro. Sasha comes in and talks about how she saw balloons on the graves, and Maggie says, I was gonna put this watch on Glenn's grave after I stole it back.
But Greg fucking stole
it.
Cocksucker.
Yeah, just like anyone else would. Come on, Maggie.
And
Dude.
Out of all the things Greg did, taking the watches, I gotta take it out. That's a fucking good watch.
Hey, don't leave it on top of the grave if you want. You put it in the grave.
Yep.
If anything, yeah, you don't just leave it. No one will take this. They'll understand.
Ahmed says Enid is like Creed from The Office. She gets excited and preoccupied with the stupidest of things. And then we have to remember him.
Oh, look, a picture on the wall.
Sasha comes in. Oh yeah, we forgot about the whole picture thing. There's also this whole side point with the painting, and Trevor, when he comes in and harasses Gregory about the painting, he's gonna take the painting too when he takes the booze as well. So Sasha comes in and she says they left the balloons in the grave, and Maggie says, I was going to leave the watch there, but I changed my mind because it doesn't matter anymore. She echoes what Jesus said earlier in the episode. We're going to remember them inside of us. So then we see supplies in the back of the truck. All Negan's guys are piling their shit together, and we see Jesus sneaking into the back of the...
Did anyone think that Carl wasn't in that truck?
No, of course not. And
in goodness sins.
then we also hear this knife sharpening during this scene, and it's kind of it's interestingly edited together. And then he shows up and sees Carl in the back of the car. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's going on, Carl?"
He takes a swig from the whiskey and he starts dumping it out.
Yep.
And that is the end of our episode. I thought it was a good end to the episode.
Yes.
And I'm excited. Jesus is there. I wish I was more excited about Carl. I'm expecting maybe some cool things with the character. I just hope Chandler Riggs can pull it off. It's with him, it's more about the actor. I'm not the biggest fan of him as an actor.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we get some good amount of one-on-one time with Coral and Jesus.
Yes.
We have Rick's raising and teaching of Carl and how to use weapons and kill and decision making and all
between peaceful and violent.
But now it'd be nice to see how Carl does with another person without Dad's influence around, someone that, you know, hopefully they get to spend like a week or two together on the road here and maybe, you know, of their time, and maybe Carl can actually learn something
from the character. I agree with you, Joe. It just comes down to break the wall. I just wonder if Chandler Riggs can pull off what's going to happen here. Where this story is going to be taken from this point on. I hope so. I just don't. Out of all the actors on this show, he's the one I have the least faith in. And I know that's horrible, but he's the one I have the least faith in for being able to pull off some shit. I just don't buy him. But I hope he proves me wrong by the end of the season. We have a couple comments before we call it an evening. Why hasn't Jesus taught anyone to fight? The character's portrayed as helping. Very confused about this person. And thank goodness.
And that's what I'm hoping happens with Carl.
Yeah. Me too, Joe.
He teaches them how to fight.
One-eyed ninja apprentice.
Right.
Thank goodness Joe catches things.
Blind Fury.
I miss and makes.
Nice.
They should pull a
Jesus and half blind Fury.
Eli says they should pull a Dario with Carl and bring on a Carl 2.0. I think Jesus and Carl will be interesting in a while. Chandler Riggs isn't that good. I don't see how he's awful, to be honest. I hear that. I think he has moments of awful, but most of the time is pretty good. So
I think it could be dependent on who he's working with. Jesus may be able to bring out a little more of a depth to his acting.
Jesus is the father Carl never had. I really don't think Carl's that bad. He's not winning an Emmy, but he's not horrible. Hannah, I think that's a good way of putting it. It could always be worse, as I had thrown. Jesus and Carl's fighting training montage. Replace Carl with the mountain. Recast him with the mountain. That'd be fucking perfect. Seriously, I thought Gregory was going to call Maggie Tutors or something or like that. She had skate keys. Yeah, that's the ticket. I die with my skate keys on. I need a safe space. I think Carol and Sasha should go wolves on these people. All things are possible through Jesus. One episode with Negan, and it was a blast. Lola, great to see our friend Lola from Poland. Actually, Carl.
Lola.
Sandman says Phil. Actually, Carl really is that bad. So was the episode good? It was. I think we can all together say that the general consensus was this was one of, if not the best episode of the season. I mean, some people could have really liked the premiere episode, I guess. Joe, I'm trying to set Joe up. Replace Carl with a very obvious Oriental stunt double when he fights. How does Carl maintain the 70s rock band hair with the Saviors took all his shampoo and conditioner? Good question. Carl's acting is gone.
Comb?
He has a switchblade comb. King J Uno. Carl's acting has gone downhill since Alexandria. Sandman says, I really like Daryl in this episode. I really like the Daryl episode. Simon made this episode, says Johnny Rico. I agree. Tara Chan says, I like last week's episode a bit better. Tara Chan, I think I'm with you as the parts of last week's episode that I liked better than this episode, but as a whole, this was a better episode. I liked all the Rick stuff and the Alexandrian stuff last week. I didn't love the Negan stuff. Speaking of which, we have Joe's review from last week's episode.
It is long, involved, and detailed.
This is a really long message, everybody. So here's Joe's review from last week's episode.
God.
Just what I wanted. Another 40 minutes of Negan. Wow. Just fucking moment.
And that's the message.
I think the fucks kept going after I hung up.
Yeah, they did.
Seriously, Joe.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Well, it was like, I mean, come on.
What more can
my biggest thing, I'm thinking about it is,
shut the fuck up, Joe.
Out of the first 3 episodes of the episode from last season, it's so 3 episodes. In 20 minutes, it's an hour and
it's the math.
2.5 hours, and like out of that 2.5 hours of actual Walking Dead footage and time, 2 hours of it is Negan running his fucking mouth. And if you binge watch this, if you go to Netflix or any one of these fucking channels, and you get to the end of season, this fucking block of shows, you're going to be watching literally 2 hours of Negan running his fucking mouth with little fucking blops of other shit in between. It absolutely insane, and it would kill, I imagine, like it's going to kill anybody who streams. This is the moment that streams stop. They'll be like, awesome, new watchers or new streams of The Walking Dead or restreams of The Walking Dead were great, until they get to this fucking block, because who the fuck is going to suffer through basically a 2-hour monologue of fucking Negan being a fucking...
So, would you call Negan the shark?
I believe if there weren't already a fucking dumpster scene, I would.
Now, Joe, what did you think of last week with the reveal of Rick realizing about the Shane situation, about that Shane is Judith's father? Did you?
I liked that it was the maybe first or second time we've actually heard him talk about it.
I think it was the first time we've ever seen him directly address the issue.
And as about the being a father, being that I'm not the most likely, definitely not the father. Yeah. That was the first time, and I like that it was to Michonne, and I liked Michonne's response to it all, and
that was one of the the high points.
Yes.
Of an otherwise crappy
Vince,
episode.
Yes.
Vince says Jesus is the real savior here. Well, I got to say, Westworld was absolute fire this week. What do you think I'm doing right when I get off this stream? I might stream watching the episode right afterwards. I think it's PP pants time for Joe. Do yourself a courtesy, Claudia, for real. I'm gonna watch that shit right after this. Me too. I think the majority consensus of Negan is positive. I have no idea why, says Tara Chad. Rick hallucinated Shane when attacking the governor. Backcast with Negan just saying, Katie, help me understand. Oh, Joe. But why bring that up? To give Michonne a piece of himself so personal so she could just stay around?
I think he's worried about not just her staying around, but he knows she's practicing to be a sniper. We hear him say that. And he's put it all together, and he knows that she's going to go try to take a shot, and he doesn't want to lose her either. He says it in that speech. Everything, I'm not losing anyone else. And she tries to be like, dude, it's not, when people die, it's not your fault in this world. It's not always your fault. Not always. Sometimes it is. And if I don't speak up now and do everything I can to get you to not do this, you're most likely going to die too. And he doesn't want that. And he wants her to stay around in case she's just thinking about taking off too. So
it may have been a little bit too like, I know she's not my daughter, but I love her.
Yeah.
You know, no, I mean, these aren't your kids. Carl's not your son.
It's a responsibility.
It's one of them, and now you're in the mother figure.
And when you're in a role like that, when you're in a world like this, you want something to keep you going, a reason to keep fighting every day, and the baby helps that out. So everybody, I might be on within the next half an hour to watch Westworld live and do my review live, but I don't know. I got to see. I'm really feeling it, and I got my setup already set up in the other room, so I might just go immediately live into doing a live watch of Westworld after this cast within a little bit. But if not, I'll be on tomorrow. I have the event scheduled for tomorrow, but that I didn't know how I'd feel afterwards, but I'm still hype and a little buzzed, so I might go right into it. But everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week. I'll be back next week to talk about The Walking Dead, and Joe and Katie will be back the week after that. And Joe and Katie, great to talk to you guys. And everyone in the live chat, if you haven't already,
get this shit off my chest.
Yes, get this shit off your chest. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. We'll be back to talk about every episode of The Walking Dead, and I will be back very soon to talk about some Westworld. Everyone, have a good night. We will talk to you guys next time.
Love.
Oh, wait, where the fucking push the button? Oh my God, Critch. Oh my God, Critch.